wake up. Make una wake up. Number one, now stop to dey eat cow. Make una stop to dey eat cow. Very soon they go begin dey poison this cow. All of una go dey die. Make una stop to dey use cow do obituary. Cow don kill enough people. Make I talk something before we go dey go other studio. If you come for Bender State that time, you go see say different community wey dey for Bender State. Then they forbid different animal and different food. Umune the people where my mama for come, they know they eat cocoyam. So as a small pikin, if me I dey like cocoyam, my father dey like cocoyam because their village they chop cocoyam. But as small pikin when I be that time, anytime me and my father eat cocoyam, any plate where we use cook am, my mother go keep am outside for some days. And as I dey grow, I come ask and say, Mama, why you dey do like this? He said then they forbid am. And I tell you true, the day my mama use mistake, use the plate we use eat cocoyam, use and eat food, her throat begin to swell up. And immediately they know say she don't touch cocoyam. They carry and go village in those days. And then go do wetin they do where she get herself. And then tell us say na cocoyam o. Some village you know they eat snake. Some know they eat snail. Some village for Delta State you know they eat a rabbit. Different reason. If I tell you now, I go say na superstitious belief. No only you know superstitious. But go ask them why then they forbid all this animal. It go shock you. Most of these things start during the war. This Biafran war wey then they talk. As they reach Umunede, the one wey manage go Umunede, as they hear say war they come. Many of them run inside cocoyam farm. And you know say cocoyam soft. As then they run inside, they march and cocoyam leave, the stem they break. And they say they notice as they don't hide, the whole cocoyam stand up. All the stems stand up. So you no go even know say person pass there. Now they say from today, we no go eat cocoyam again. Around Ibuzo, around Iseluku, some of them where they live there around Obio, Idumuje, they know some of them know they eat rabbit. Why? Because as they manage within that Asaba region, run go inside forest. Run go inside forest to hide from these Mohammedan jihadists. As they run go there, the country say, army they follow them. They say na rabbit we can come out, they deceive, they scatter the whole ground. As army reach there, they say na rabbit pass there, human being never pass there. Now then go back. Now then stop to they eat a rabbit. The ones who come from Okwane, go ask them why they know they eat snail. You go know say many things now lead to where we dey today. So waiting as they try to tell una, they say that thing will happen before it go still happen. Who go save una? Who go save una? Who go help una? People wey no ready, then they regret until today. People wey ready, then fight, they no get wetin they want. They know say another day they come. People wey dey more miserable. Now people wey get the opportunity to do the right thing wey they supposed to do, but they no do am. Una know they check am. Hausa want one Nigeria. Yoruba want one Nigeria. Now Hausa they give us quick notice. With Yoruba they give us quick notice. But yet they want one Nigeria. Biafra make una wake up. Because when Sansa done too much for inside soup, blind person go know. If Sansa too much for inside soup, blind person go know. I no go talk past like this, I go still come back. Make una know say na one thing we dey look for. The freedom of our people. And anything when you go make, when you be say Nigeria.
What is their fate or how their fate will be in the total restoration of Biafra? And it is very pertinent we ask this question because this question are emanating from the grassroots, and whatever it is that is coming from the grassroots is supposed to be treated by the leadership and each and every one concerned in this struggle. So I urge each and every one of us who are listening to us to sit back and it will be incisive and educative, I must say. So with me here, I have a cross-section of Biafrans. I have Eneriene Kaitogum Otogun from Andoni, and I have Boleri Joy Andrew from Ekeremo in Bayelsa. I have Senibo Godwin Jumbo from Boni. I have Obowu Henry Moore from Ibibio. We still have Senibo Nemi Brown from Opobo. And I have Senibo Asiki Ofuri Jamabo from Okreka. And Etubo Sunday Matthew Ofuko from Moron. These persons here have questions to put up to our leader, who is Mazi George Onyibe, and he has one or two things to tell the world about the current restoration course of the sovereign state of Biafra. So, Mazi George Onyibe, permit me to give the phone to the audience to Eneriene Kaitogum Otogun.
Go ahead, please.
Good, sir.
Good evening, my brother.
Good, sir.
Good evening. Your name and who are you, please?
I have some questions that my people, Emi Frego, not a regular case to am and Rebecca, Jadi Ido, draft. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Good, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead.
I to Otogun from Andoni River State, Biafra land. I want to use this medium to ask you some bothering questions that is coming to our mind if eventually Biafra is being restored. Why our people are proving so adamant to believe for the restoration of a Biafra as a nation. One, the people of Andoni, they also believe if Biafra is being restored, what of all the abandoned property that is being claimed by the former authorities in River State? What will be the implications of the abandoned property? It is that if the Biafra is being restored, the Igbos will come back and claim all those properties as their own. So my people wanted to know. That is why some of them are very ignorant of joining this struggle.
Thank you very much. You see,
Thank you, sir.
yes, there are a lot of things our people do not understand. And when you see some people opposing Biafra restoration, some of their fears is empty already. They should know by now. The Idoma man have a reason why they are afraid to join IPOB. Most of them, I should say. Most Igala people have reasons why they are afraid to join IPOB. Of course, some of them. The same thing goes to some Igbo. The same thing is applicable to the Abo. Everybody is afraid. What are they afraid of? The unknown. Your question is a very sensitive one. Andoni people want to know what will happen about the abandoned property. Will the Igbos come back and reclaim it when Biafra is restored? Now, let me tell you the truth about Biafra restoration. We know what they did to all of us. We have all been hurted. And now it is time for us to come back and heal ourselves. Those who own abandoned property have left gone. They have moved ahead. I wonder if there is anybody who is actually still remembering abandoned property. The owners of abandoned property have moved ahead. Most of them, their children are millionaires scattered abroad. And believe me, they have nothing to do with abandoned property. Go and check most of the buildings that are in Enugu, most of the mansions you see in Anambra. Go and look at most of the mansions you see in Imo State. The people who owns these buildings, some of them, their children don't even come home again. Are they the one coming to drag for abandoned property when their father mansion in Enugu, in Abia, in Ebonyi is being managed by the gate man? Our people must empty their fears. We know what they did to us. I will say that the Ikwere people were actually the one who seized this property, supervised by a chairman. But at the end of the war, Nigeria played abrakata mi brakata. They played on the intelligence of our people to further divide us the more. Today, most of the abandoned property is owned by Kalabari and Okereka people. And now the question is, who are you going to fight now? They want you to fight Ikwere. They want you to fight Kalabari. They want you to fight Ogunima. They want you to fight Andonema. They want us to fight ourselves because of a building. We have lost more than that building. So my brother, let everybody, both Andoni, let every Biafra understand that we have outgrown abandoned property. And that is not why we are here. But if we refuse to do the right thing, we will lose more than abandoned property. So I hope that answer is clear to your question. Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
I hope that explanation is cleared.
Yes, sir.
Because if we insist that abandoned property must be returned, then we must also insist that those who died must be resurrected. So we have grown past that stage. Yes, go ahead with the next question.
I just want my people to wanted to know if eventually by His grace, Biafra will be restored. Will our Igbo brothers have to marginalize us as Fulani outside marginalizing us? So that is another fear for their mind, because it's like, since the Igbos are those that are pioneering the struggle, it's believed that they will marginalize us. So is that a true picture of what is going to happen?
Now, let us explain it. That is why I say our fears are empty and our fears should be empty. We'll talk about marginalization. Of course, I give it to the Igbo extraction of the Biafran people. They outnumber almost all the tribes 1 to 1,000. But the question is, you are from Andoni, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where the Andoni people came from?
We claim to come from the Ijos.
You don't claim to come from. Andoni is another extraction of Akwa Ibom, Efik, Anam, in Ibibio, in River State. Are you aware of that? Maybe you don't know. Of course, Akwa Ibom, they are all Ejo. Yes, you are Ejo. But the extraction of Ejo, I'm talking that Andoni people actually migrated from Akwa Ibom, Efik, Enam, and Ibibio. These are the extraction. That is where you are coming from. Nobody is marginalizing you where you are today in River State. You don't even know you were coming from somewhere to that place. The same thing is applicable to Ikwere man. The same thing is applicable to everybody there. Nobody marginalize anybody. Are you a stranger in your father's house?
No, sir.
Now, let's analyze it. Let's assume the Igbos, as we know today. You know I'm not Igbo, I'm Abo. Because Nigerians say not so. But let's assume I'm not Igbo. Let's assume Ikwere is not Igbo. Let's assume the people who are Igbo and deny the identity because of one Nigeria decide to team with the Igbo in Southeast and say we are one. Now, let's look at it. And other tribes that are not Igbo team together. Do you think they will outnumber them?
No.
When the Igbo wake up now and say, let's marginalize Andoni people. And Andoni form alliance with Ogoni, form alliance with Eleme, form alliance with Urobo, form alliance with Ishekiri, form alliance with other people who are not Igbo speaking. Do you think the Igbos will outnumber them?
No.
And then we're not looking for a time like this, because the last time I checked, I have never heard about a communal crisis in Biafra land, except the one that is initiated by the Nigerian government. We have coexisted for thousands of years without fighting over boundary until Yoruba man or Tababoos Obasanjo came and started changing boundary. They call it boundary adjustment program. They now begin to move boundary to cause fight between our people. But even at that, nobody is talking about it. The only thing we talk about today is what they told us. We were properly indoctrinated and programmed to fight against one another. My brother, when Biafra come, Andone can choose to become his own nation, and so be it. My father house can even choose to become his own country. But the most important thing is that we must fight for our freedom first of all. But it is good that our people know, when Biafra is restored, the fate of Biafran people will leave to Biafrans. Let them decide how they will live the next generation of Biafrans. But then we will be watching to ensure that what we fought for, what we bled for, what our people died for, will not be left in the hand of the same polluted criminals, insincere, criminal-minded politicians. And outside that, I think it is Biafrans who will decide how it will be. And so I hope that is clear also.
So I have another question.
Yes, go ahead.
There is this insinuation that, taking into consideration how much people suffered during the Civil War. So my people are believing that if they join this struggle, the people will suffer starvation, hungry, and loss of property. What do you think these suggestions is meant to the people of the Andon people?
Yes. Yes, our people suffered because of that war. And we suffered for one reason, because we are not prepared. We suffered because Ojukwu did not have the time to call our people to return home and make them understand what is going to happen. As we are telling you now, whether you come or you did not come, that war will come and everybody will suffer. Everybody will die. It depends on how you die. Whether you are sitting on your own and saying you are one Nigeria like Asaba did and they were massacred, or whether you will stand and defend your territory. What actually happened was that while the Igbos extraction were fighting assiduously to defend our land, Nigerians were busy misinforming our people, telling them that the Igbos were there to take their property and their land. And of course, there are some criminal-minded Igbo like you have in every other tribe, both Yoruba and Hausa, who was actually going ahead looting people's property. But these people cannot, their actions cannot be used to condemn a whole generation. To make the explanation short is that at the end of the day, Andoni is Andoni. War will come, but if we are working as one impenetrable unit, they will not be able to come in. Before Hausa could break the boundaries, come into our land, some people have sold out. Go and ask Pesilia. Go and ask Magnus Abe. Go and ask late, what do they call him? Ken Saruwiwa. Go and ask Elechi Martin. Go and ask Obiwale, among others. Adakaboru. All these people sold them people out. Go and ask Edwin Clark. They know what I'm talking about. And then they say they represent the people. For their own selfish interest, all of them today are regretting because Nigerian government didn't meet up with the bargain they have with them. And then our coastal region was opened. They were able to come in. I know that in Calabar, then was the same Calabar was Akwa Ibom and Cross River State. I knew that for more than 6 months, the Nigerian army, the Nigerian terrorist army held the trigger of a gun for 6 months without releasing their hand. They killed people and hair came down there. That was because we are not working as one. Many of our people were killed by their own people. Kogi today, Igala people today, Idoma people today, they are moving back because they can't say proudly that they are Biafrans. Because more than 90% of the army that were used to decimate a cross-section of Biafran soldiers are from Igala and Idoma. But that does not mean they are not our brother. We know the privilege Nigerians have, the British government has, to walk in our midst and divide us bit by bit, impersonate us and destroy us completely. This is what we are trying to do. This very war, there will be no casualty in our land, will assure you. Forget about the Boko Haram army you see everywhere. When we march, which certainly we shall, if they refuse to allow us to go, there will be no casualty in Biafra land. They have the privilege to kill as many as they can. So our people must empty their fears. All we want is to be sure that everybody is aware of what is about to happen. And then we shall know. So don't bother about that suffering because we are suffering already. Don't let what will happen or what happened before to beat you back into intimidation, because this is exactly what they wanted. Gowon said that they will deal with us, and after dealing with that generation of Biafrans, nobody will talk about Biafran. They almost succeeded, but now this is a generation who did not know what happened, and we really want to feel that their venom. We want another Gowon. Gowon is old now. Jackie Gowon is old now. It's unfortunate he cannot carry gun again. Now his son now must do to me what his father did to my father. Without that, the journey has just begun. So don't let anybody deceive you. We know what they did to the generation of Biafran between 1967 and 1970. We will not give them the privilege to do that to us. Only Radio Biafra everywhere. Nigeria is paranoid. Imagine when we hail AK-47. The only thing that will save them is that they have to send nuclear weapon, like the one that is dropping Hiroshima, and wipe us away. But if the world will stand and watch it happen, Hausa land will burn, Yoruba land will burn. Reverse will be the case. So empty your fear, my brother. I hope that is clear.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
I still have one question to answer.
Yes,
I need to ask.
Go ahead, please.
My people are of the view that it is because of the oil, the much oil in this region, Niger Delta, so to say, that is making the Igbos to clamoring for the restoration of Biafra, so that they will claim all those oil, since the oil in their area is not as much as the oil in our area. Is that a fact that my people will believe?
Okay, now let's analyze it. Is there oil in Abia State? Is there oil in Abia State?
Yes, sir.
You are aware there is oil in Abia State, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware there is oil in Imo State?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware there is oil in Anambra State?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware there is oil in Delta State?
Yes, sir.
And so, which oil are they going to take? The only oil well in Anambra is enough to service Anambra State. The oil well in Imo State is enough to service Imo State. The oil well in Abia State is enough to service Abia State. And then if there is any of these states that don't have oil, then they can now go ahead and buy. Is it every country in the world that have oil? So if we are here to fight for oil, then we are most miserable people above all, because oil is running out of relevance already. So my brother, every province will control their resources. We understand there are oil wells that belong to River State. It is in Bayelsa now they are sucking the oil, because Amechi want to play politics of servant. And so are other places. The oil well in Anambra, the oil well in Anambra now is being drained diagonally from a part of a Gala land. But is there difference between a Gala and Anambra? Are we talking about other resources that they don't want you to know about? So if we are here because of the oil, we would have sink every oil well and then we renegotiate. But it's not about oil. We have the oil, we don't have light. We have the oil, we don't have seaport. We have the oil, we don't have airport. We have the oil, we don't have tide road. We have the oil, we don't have good medical facility. We have the oil, we don't have school. You know, see the worry girl where they for radio, they tell the whole world, they say, make them they flog me now. If they lie, make them flog me where. Now then go flog tire. You think somebody who is actually reasoning normal is saying that thing? A girl as small as that has understand how evil Nigeria is. So my brother, it's not about the oil. Let me ask you, do you have a story building in Andoni?
No.
But you have oil well in Andoni, am I correct?
We have so many.
Do you have a tide road in Andoni?
No better road.
But yet you have oil well in Andoni.
Yes, sir.
Now the question is, what use is that oil well now to Andoni people, even if one Nigerian have to remain? Okay, gate man for pipeline, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
My brother, they deceive us. Not this time again. Every province will control their oil. Every province will control their resources. At the end of the day, we'll come to the table. Let what is good for the goose be good for the ganja. I hope it's cleared now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my brother, and God bless you. Yes?
Now, can I speak to my people now?
Of course, go ahead and talk to your people.
Obolo Ibam. And I always try to drink any of the kite or two. And we'll go Ogobolo, Ogonana, Amagicity. You live my own Beke Biafra Inunu, or 2 days about. Equality. ni bene ije yita obawaji ni ije ni ibera waji ba waji ro nuka Biafra ke yekaibo Biafra kaibo otulu unu ngejeki kamen kere beke ebi ngwa gbe ebi igbo keme boko ido isa isin lege ba irata keme bara ge irata keme boko abandoned property eyo ligu kumere sanga kirata iroro assimilated ji itame ko shokeba kirata so ngiri fa ero beke otu ije agba ku ni isi kwa mi ro inuka Biafra ni kana nation it is the only alternative again over Hausa Fulani and Yoruba dictatorship ible ko unu bi jembo anu musulo pa ne gisa ura action ene mege kwana bonurie onne mege kwana olo me wa penu npo irie nsaba pe su we pa so ijane de ji go isu faramle Biafra restoration and Biafra ni keke ejme yoruru and Biafra more ido mo kulturigi iblo ko gibo ko jogi tumbo idege pa ido mo sampo na mi jonka igi se bukon le ba janama opo bo blomi kan ara eje bo blomi kan ara eje bo blomi kan ara ngo tuturo bolo ngo ya mo wa ke unini oku bro ni egeme asama bro ni egeme ngo bro ni egeme kota bro ni egeme ataba boko ni egeme so de gele mo bolo amo aku no kuni ekeno kini rijo ngombo migare election ero aro to ne bi pale ni pa we re yare ngbe sa sen egide po ni migi tu no migi no si jana ibeji egon etu bo kin nuka Biafra ke ni ro stand mo keke ni ro me ke ni kan freedom Biafra ire freedom e aka ale paido mo ko leka paido mo leka obo no ni ama
Thank you very much. Moderator, are you still there?
Thank you, Mazi George Onyibe. Thank you, Kaito Motogo. Please permit me to hand over to the next person who have a series of questions to ask.
Go ahead, please, and let them try and summarize. At least 33 questions will be enough.
Good evening,
and
sir.
Then in our next subsequent edition, they can ask the remaining one. Good
evening,
evening, my sister. Your name, where you come from, and go on with your questions.
Bulere, George, Andrew. I'm from BIAFRA'S State, a Kremo local government, example, Biafra land. My people have questions.
Go
So
ahead,
I want
please.
to ask these questions whether it's true. My people say within the war, Igbos force them that they must follow Biafra, and anyone who will not follow Biafra, then kill them, kill the women them, kill the men them. So now, then they ask, if they join this struggle now, if Biafra being restored, that killing will not come back again.
Now, let me tell you something.
That is the question, whether Igbos will not force them to enter and kill them again.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Since you were born as a Bayasan, have you seen any Igbo man kill any Bayasa man?
No, sir.
Since you were born as a Bayasa woman, have you seen any Bayasa man killed by Igbo man?
No, sir.
Have you seen Bayasa man killed by Hausa man?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen Bayasa man killed by Yoruba?
Yes, sir.
But Igbo man that killed you in the war is not killing you now. It is those who claim to protect you during the war. They are the one killing you now when there is no war. Does that not pass a message to you? That is one. Now, this is what they do for your information. During the war, there was hunger in our land. I hope you are aware. And as a result of this hunger, even the Biafran soldiers don't have uniform. Women were the one dividing their wrapper to give them to cover their nakedness. But ask your grandfather, ask those who witnessed the war, you will notice that the Biafran soldiers that they claim that were killing our people in Biafra land were not Biafran soldiers, but were impersonated by Nigerian army. I was in Bayelsa around Otueke. We come to interview old women that saw the war, and from the analysis they gave to us, they said the Biafran soldiers that came to rape them in their village were dressed in very new, brand new